Hello, hello, hello! Seja muito bem-vinda ou bem-vindo. Eu sou a Teacher Blah e hoje eu estou ao vivo da Irlanda. Então, hoje temos um espaço aqui, porque hoje eu vou fazer uma entrevista com minha irmã. Então, você vai ter a oportunidade de praticar seu listening com uma entrevista entre eu e minha irmã, tá? Tu também pode fazer suas perguntas, caso que tiver umas perguntas para ela, você também pode fazer perguntas para ela. Então, para a galera que está aqui no Instagram, hello, galera! Estamos ao vivo no YouTube, caso que você gostaria de ver na tela grande, você pode encontrar o link na bio. Então, pessoal, desde que cheguei aqui na Irlanda, eu estou fazendo muita coisa, muita correria. Tivemos uma festa em família no primeiro dia. Fomos para Waterford, Ardmore, uma praia, com minha família, e agora estou em County Longford. Então, guys, enquanto estamos esperando a galera entrar na live hoje, eu gostaria de saber de vocês, de onde você está assistindo. Maxwell já pediu, que cidade? Eu estou aqui em Longford, em Arda, nome da town onde estou aqui agora. E agora eu vou convidar minha irmã. Guys, no Instagram, estão me ouvindo? Porque o celular está mais longe. E, pessoal, aqui no YouTube também gostaria de saber de onde você está acompanhando a aula de hoje. Então, let's go, Kira.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. Okay.
Hi.
So, guys, this is my sister, Kira. Aqui temos minha irmã, Kira. Ela é mais velha que eu. E ela mora aqui no interior. Então, onde estamos falando um pouquinho sobre a vida no interior. É mais fácil para mim falar sobre Dublin, né? Porque eu sempre morava lá. Mas Kira vai responder algumas perguntas sobre a vida aqui em Longford. Então, caso que vocês tiverem perguntas também, vocês também podem mandar. Mas agora vamos mudar para inglês para Kira conseguir entender o que estamos falando, ok? So, Kira, let's just see the guys here on Instagram. Where are they?
Hello.
Hi, guys. So, Ricky is in Dublin.
Hey, Ricky, what story?
Between the immigration and the Dart station in Liffey. Beautiful view, excellent.
Stunning.
Bandon, County Cork, lovely.
Up the rebels.
Yahoo! Okie dokie. Hi, sister teacher Blah, very fancy. Okie dokie, guys. Então, eu vou fazer as perguntas aqui no YouTube, mas vocês que estão aqui comigo no Instagram vão conseguir ver também. Deixa eu ver aqui. Matthew said, where the fit girls at?
Here we are.
Hey, Matthew, what's the crack? Okay.
Matthew is my son.
Matthew is my nephew and Kira's son. Aqui in Ballina. Katiana, welcome.
So Sligo.
County Sligo.
That's not too far. An hour and 15 minutes from here.
1h15 minutos daqui. Super, great. So, Kira, I have prepared some questions, if you don't mind answering them.
No problem.
Okay, so first one is, can you introduce yourself to my students?
Sure. I'm Kira. I'm Blahin's older sister. There's 5 years between us. I am 39 years old, holding on to my 30s by the skin of my teeth. I lived in Dublin until I was 19, and after 19, I moved to Longford. So I'm actually living in Dublin, or in Longford, longer than I was living in Dublin. So my accent might be a bit different. Yeah. I don't think so. Our accents change anyway, but I work a lot in Dublin. For work, I work as a sales manager. So I'm used to talking to lots of people all the time. I work all over the country. The only area I don't work in is the north. So anyone that's in the north, I'm sorry, I can't work with you. I have 2 children and a beautiful husband. My children's names are Matthew, who is on this live at the moment.
Hey, Matthew.
Matthew is 20 and Molly is 12. I have 3 dogs, 3 English bulldogs, all very big dogs, beautiful, but crazy. We have Minnie, who is 8, Mowgli, who is 6, and Jimmy, who is 3. Who is the craziest of them all.
Yeah, babies are often crazier. Right?
This is true, for sure. I obviously, if I'm Blahin's sister, I have 3 sisters. So, 2 sisters, excuse me. Blahin, Alana, who lives in Amsterdam. And then, as I mentioned, sorry, if I forget my husband, I will be in big trouble. I am married to my husband for 22 years. No, together 22 years, married 18 years. So we are together a very, very long time. And that's really me, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
great. Thanks for introducing yourself.
Thank you.
Very nice, guys. If you have any questions, pode mandar as perguntas em português, caso que você não consegue falar em inglês, mas seria melhor, né, para praticar seu inglês mesmo, mandando em inglês. Mas I can translate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so guys, next question that I have for Kira. Boa tarde, Jesus. Tudo bem? So, Kira, what do you like most about living in Longford?
The lifestyle in Longford is much slower than Dublin. It's much more relaxed. The children start school at 9:30, whereas in Dublin you start school at 8:30.
Yeah, I think it's 9:45, isn't it?
Sometimes 8:30, sometimes 8, depends on the school. It's very green. I don't live near any shops. I am very much so in the countryside. It's a much more relaxed type of life.
Okay, great, super. So the lifestyle is your favorite part?
Yes.
Okay, super. And do you think, like, so, para quem não entendeu, ela trabalha com vendas, então ela tá sempre viajando dentro da República da Irlanda, right? So I'm saying you work in sales, so you're always traveling to different parts within Ireland.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, is Longford very different to other parts of Ireland?
Yes, each county is very different. I work in Dublin a lot because that's where I'm based, but I spend a lot of time in Limerick, Galway, Cork, all of the in-between counties, Kilkenny, Wexford, Waterford, everywhere. Every county is similar if you're in the countryside, meaning it's beautiful and it's green and you're closer to water and you have less amenities. Is that, can I say amenities?
Yeah.
Yeah, amenities around you. But the people are usually very similar.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I don't know. I don't have that much experience in other counties.
Yeah.
I know Longford a lot because Kira's been here for so long, but I haven't traveled enough in Ireland, I don't think. Okay, super. So imagine I'm going to Longford on my holidays. What are the best things to see in Longford?
Most people, when they come to Longford now, will go to Centre Parks. Centre Parks is extremely big in Ireland, or in Ireland and in Longford. It's only 6-7 kilometers from where we live, so not far at all. The other things, the amenities.
But what is Centre Parks?
Centre Parks is like a space that you can go with your family. It has indoor swimming pools. It has, shooting and zip line and like lots of fun activities for small children. So if you have small children and you don't want to travel abroad, Ireland or Longford is perfect for Centre Parks.
Super. I've never been to Centre Parks. Another thing that I will know is it's very expensive. Yeah, it is. It's an expensive day out. So we went to a really cool place today. That wasn't in Longford. Was that in Longford?
Yeah, everything was in Longford today.
Okay, so we went to some cool places today in Longford. We went to is it a sunflower farm?
We went to Stewart's Farm. Stewart's Farm is a working farm, but they have fields of sunflowers and fields of corn. So what they do throughout the year is they allow the public to come in and visit them. There's like fun activities for small children, and it was good, right? So you can
I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, you can also see animals and stuff.
I have a 3-year-old, so that was for him. That was amazing. So like it was really interesting. What they do is they give you like a little piece of paper, and then you have to get stamps. So you go around, like walk around, and you get the different stamps, and then at the end the kids get a sticker.
And everyone loves the sticker.
Yeah. So like I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah,
it was really good. And I've never seen sunflowers nor corn in Ireland before.
Well, I've seen sunflowers, but normally in people's gardens, they're never 12 foot tall. They were so big. So they were like they were so much taller than we were.
So I'm going to ask a few questions that we're receiving here, okay, on Instagram. So we have one question. What's your favorite Irish dish?
Ooh, my favorite Irish dish. Irish stew.
Irish stew?
Yeah. Steak stew, not lamb.
Okay, so steak stew. Yeah. Okay, so stew is like an ensopado de carne, right? So we have meat, potatoes, carrots. What else is in a stew?
Celery. You've got onions, peas. Sometimes people put broccoli in it. I put anything extra vegetables. It's in. And then you've got stock, and you cook it for a very, very long time in the oven for like 3.5-4 hours, so that the meat just breaks. It's beautiful. Melt
in your mouth meat. That's what we want.
Yeah, you can eat it with mashed potatoes, which is what I love it with because it's delicious over mashed potatoes, or with like a roast potato or a baked potato.
Yeah, super. I think the traditional dish wouldn't have like broccolis and peas and stuff though, right?
They'd have maybe peas, but not broccoli.
Okay, super. So I have this one here. Have you already been to Brazil?
Yeah, I have. When Jack was born, I went to Santa Catarina to meet him.
Yeah. So when Jack, my son, was six weeks old, Kira and my sister came to visit us in Santa Catarina. It was really funny because it was winter.
Yeah.
And it was August, and they were like in their shorts and t-shirts.
It was warm.
It wasn't warm. It wasn't warm.
It was. It was like 21, 22 degrees, and we were like, yes, we can get a suntan.
Yeah. No, so they were on the beach. They were like getting in the water and everything, and like they had a really good Brazilian experience. Even though, like for me, I wouldn't have done those things in the winter, but
yeah.
I didn't even get into the sea here in Ireland in the summer. So
no, there was, when we were in Brazil, one thing that was quite funny was we were going into the sea in our swimsuits and sunbathing. And then a lot of Brazilians had like jumpers and coats and woolly hats.
Me too.
And leggings. And we were like, what's going on? Why are they cold? It's beautiful. I came home with a tan.
Yeah, no, you did actually.
Yeah,
you did get a tan. You did. Okay, 1 second. I'm from Curitiba.
Hello.
Eu sou de Curitiba, mas estávamos junto, minha família morando em Balneário Camboriú. Ok, eu conheço essa cidade, bem legal. Curitiba já conheci e Balneário Camboriú também. Kira doesn't know those cities, but fabulous places. Okay, so hello, good evening. What are the work opportunities for people that are arriving in Ireland? Então, boa tarde, tudo bem? Quais são oportunidades de emprego para quem está chegando na Irlanda? Okay, so I'm going to start with that question, okay? So it really depends on your qualifications, okay? So like you want to work in your area that you worked in Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So you need to have your qualifications, but you also need to speak English.
Yes.
So if you arrive in Ireland and you don't speak English, there are opportunities, you will find work, but you're not going to find maybe the job that you're hoping for. Então, I'm just going to say this in Portuguese as well. Então, basicamente, guys, tem muitas oportunidades de emprego na Irlanda. Eu estava caminhando nas ruas de Dublin e tinha em todo lugar hiring, né? Lugares contratando, mas realmente depende da área de formação, né? E também se você fala inglês ou não. Então, você não vai conseguir qualquer emprego se você não fala inglês. Então, o inglês é o básico, você precisa falar inglês. Isso não significa que você não pode ir para a Irlanda sem inglês e achar um emprego, mas talvez não vai ser um emprego que você está esperando e querendo fazer. Então, trabalho tem, mas o trabalho que você quer depende da sua qualifications. How do I say that?
Exam results.
Yeah, sim. O que você estudou e também sua habilidade de falar inglês. Okay, super. Kira, so let's say, for example, in your job, are they hiring at the moment?
Yes, I work for a Spanish company. Believe it or not, the Spanish company owns a quarry in Santa Catarina. So the company I work for is a stone company. So this is stone for your floors, for your walls, for your bathrooms, your kitchen, everything. So the company that I work for, we're in 32 countries. So therefore, everyone is always looking for work. I might only have, at the minute, we have 2 positions available in Ireland, but throughout the 32 countries, we could have hundreds all the time.
Okay, amazing.
And once you speak English and then also speak the native language, you can be hired. So there are some countries that it's okay to only speak their language. So in Paris, it's okay if you only speak French because not everyone speaks English. But in other countries like in Spain or even in Portugal, as far as Italy, they all speak English as well because lots of their customers may have a second home in that country. So they need to be able to speak English if they're an English native or like they speak English native.
I used to live in Portugal, and like when you work and live in Portugal, the majority of the jobs do require that you speak Portuguese and English. It's really important because a lot of these countries really have a lot of foreign people, but also a lot of tourists. So English is really important. Even if you move to other countries in Europe and don't speak English, you're already kind of like fallen down in the queue, because English is not like in Brazil, having English is like a bonus. You know, it's like really good that you speak English, but a lot of countries here in Europe, it's expected of you.
Oh yeah, it's expected to. Our other sister that lives in Amsterdam, everyone speaks English.
Yeah,
like everybody.
Yeah, like our sister lives in Amsterdam and doesn't speak Dutch, and that doesn't matter. So it's nearly more important to speak English in her job than it is to speak Dutch.
Yes.
Hi, Mario. Okay. 1 second. Oh, Rodrigo saying, estou perdido.
What does that mean?
We're speaking very fast. Okay. No, but that's okay. They're here to practice.
Okay.
Quanto vocês estão entendendo, pessoal? Sim, pessoal, quanto vocês estão entendendo? Vocês estão conseguindo entender que estamos falando? Pode dar umas traduções aqui nos comentários para ajudar a galera também. Okay, let's go for my next question. E se tiver perguntas, podem mandar. Não sei se eu perdi alguma. Let's see here. My name is Joseph Patrick.
Hello.
The hope of low demand for hiring to work has been here for 2 months, and the groups then talk about our difficulty in working because it's the summer.
I would have thought that summer work would be quite easy to get because you can work in like lots of restaurants and there'd be more, in my opinion, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, because maybe what's happening is the fact that there are summer staff working at the moment.
True. Like
so basically
students.
all the students are on holidays at the moment. So they're probably in the jobs and cheaper staff as well. So that's probably what's happening at the moment.
Yeah.
But then once September comes, those people go back to school, go back to university. So there probably will be more jobs then as well.
Yes.
And then we have another time at Christmas time where they hire Christmas staff as well, which usually has...
Again, students.
Yeah, students, but there's also like extra work usually available around Christmas time. I guess in September, you're going to have more luck finding a job because of all these students going back to school.
That's true, yeah.
Okay, so this is a bit of a hard question, but how would you describe Irish people?
I think we're nice people.
Nice people? Guys, do you agree?
Yeah, I think we're overall, there's always a percent in every country, but I think overall we're a very friendly people. We're happy. We're funny, we're silly. I think that the Irish nation, and even if you look online, like everything is quite positive about the Irish. Like we tend to be quite nice people.
Yeah, I agree what you said. Like every country has their bad people, and we have them too.
Course, yeah.
But I think in general, Irish people, like we consider ourselves sound, meaning that we're like easy to get good company, easy to get along with. Yeah. And that's something that a lot of Irish people like take pride in. So I do believe that we like to be nice people in general.
Yeah, I agree.
Rodrigo said, nice people, polite people. Yeah. Thanks, Rodrigo. I'm glad you're having that experience.
I'm polite.
No, we are polite. Like just even.
I have manners.
Yeah, that's polite.
Okay.
Yeah, because like, you bang into somebody on the street. What are you going to do? Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Please. Thank you. We are quite polite. Okay. What traditions or festivals in Ireland do you enjoy?
Traditions. I love Halloween. I love St. Patrick's Day. I love Christmas, which obviously I know Christmas is everywhere, but I just feel like it's beautiful here in Ireland because it's quite cold and wintry and just stunning. What other things?
Yeah, Christmas is so different in Brazil. This year, guys, Kira's going to have Christmas in Brazil. So she's going to Brazil for Christmas and for New Year's. Yeah. I'm really excited for her to experience the New Year's in Brazil because I feel like that the New Year's Eve in Brazil is really unique. It's like there are loads of traditions involved. Like there's a different energy. I feel at least like I've only experienced New Year's Eve in Dublin, in Porto, in Portugal, and a few other places. But I think for New Year's Eve, Brazil is really an interesting place because, like, especially for us that live at the beach, like you're at the beach and like the town hall organizes a whole party. And like even just the fact that you're allowed to drink on the streets and stuff, like it's a different dynamic than you get in Ireland, I think.
Traditions. I don't think there's many Irish traditions that can you think of something? What's
traditions? Well, like there are things like
okay, like things like crows.
Yeah, but they would be like superstitions, right?
Superstitions, yeah. The Irish love a superstition.
Yeah, we're very superstitious.
Yeah, extremely.
So there's a bird called a magpie. Does anybody know what a magpie is? So we have a superstition about this thing. If you see a magpie, which you do see them all the time when you're in Ireland. So we say if it's one, it's bad luck. So we say 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. So if you see 2, it's good luck. 3 for a girl, you're going to have a baby girl. 4 for a boy.
Or maybe just a boy will come into your life.
Yeah, a girl or a boy is coming into your life. 5 for silver. So like you're going to get some money, but like it's going to be silver. And then 6 for gold. And then 7 for a secret never to be told.
It does continue on, but I don't know it
yeah.
either.
Yeah, I've never counted more than 7 anyway.
No. Or a robin flying into your house might be bad luck or good luck, or butterflies. There's so many. There's so many. It's amazing.
Yeah, Irish people are very superstitious. Like one thing, I'm not sure if this is Irish, but like if you spill salt, you might throw
it over your left. Is it your left shoulder or your right?
I think it's your left shoulder. I'm not sure now. I just throw it over whatever shoulder. Just
throw it over both just in case.
Yeah. So Ricky said here, 73 days to Halloween party here in my first time in Cork in 2018. Yes. Okay. So Halloween is amazing in Ireland. I think it's the best place. Well, like I've never, like I imagine in the USA it's amazing.
Oh, I'd say so too. Yeah.
So I think it's excellent in Ireland. I love Halloween because you know that Halloween is originally Irish.
Dogs.
Right? Yeah, we have a full house here. So if we have dogs or babies or anything like that,
if somebody appears,
anything might happen. Anything might happen here this live.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Yeah, the Halloween is great. Halloween,
but that's also because we have like pagan experiences with Halloween. Like what?
Yeah, exactly. So Halloween started in Ireland. It was originally called Samhain Festival. And it was a pagan festival where it was like similar enough to the Day of the Dead that they have in Mexico. So basically it's a time where like the portal between the living and the dead is like lighter. And then basically people would wear masks to protect themselves from evil spirits.
Yes.
And that's like leaded up to today, that the type of Halloween that we have today. The Halloween that we have today, I think, is more Americanized than Irish, like the pumpkins and all that stuff.
Yes.
Would come from the Irish immigrants who have moved to the USA in the past.
But the dressing up is the same. They put on masks for how our children dress up as a character that they love. Yeah. So it's still the same experience.
Yeah. Like it comes from that, but like obviously it's become more modern over time. Okay, so let me see. Right, Kira is really good, right? So basically, I'm a bit shy. I'm a person that would be a bit shy and introverted, and I don't really like talk to people on the street and stuff. But Kira, my sister, she would have a conversation with a wall. She talks to everybody everywhere we go.
I'm just a nice person.
Everywhere we go, she finds people that she's just talking to, and she tells them.
Or I find Brazilians.
No,
that's my new experience.
She's so good at making new friends. So that's why people often ask me, Kira, how do you make good friends in Ireland? Like I'm a bit shy, so I would always say, like, it's easier to find people in work to beside you, start a conversation, talk about the weather. But what would you do if you were to move to another country now? What would you do to make friends?
That's a great question. If I was to move to a new country, well, for one, I need to speak the language because that's very important.
Yeah.
Two,
there's a dog here now, so if
I was actually
just in case the phone falls or something.
I thought one of the dogs, the oldest dog, came in earlier on, and she's walking around the table. She likes sitting on the chair beside you. So
she's here.
So if she comes, we'll bring her and she can be part of the experience. But yes, if I was to move countries, the first thing I would do was I would make sure that I speak the language. 2, I would join a sports club or a gym. So because you don't want it to always be that you meet friends in a pub or, at a bar.
And depending on the country, maybe the pub situation is different.
This is it. You might just speak to strangers in a pub. So I feel that the best way to find a community is in a hobby. So if you did triathlon, or you were a swimmer, or you did CrossFit, or, in Ireland, we play GAA or hurling. So if you were an expat, you'd go and you join one of those clubs. So that's a great way to find a common interest, whether they're your own nation or whether it's from somebody else. So that's the very first thing I would do, is I would join a sports club. The second thing I would do is, I think, as contradictory as what I'm going to say is, I think that you can talk to people when you're in a bar or in a pub, or, even not necessarily drinking alcohol. There's a lot of events on in bars that, it could be a quiz or something like that you can make friends that way. So I think you just have to be comfortable with being a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think that's the hardest part about making any new friend, is that you're putting yourself out there. So you have to just accept it's a little bit awkward.
Yeah. And I would say, because I've obviously moved to various countries and I don't drink. So the pub is not something that
Yeah.
attracts me in any way. And I wouldn't necessarily even be interested in going to the pub to find new friends, because then those friends go to the pub. So,
Yeah.
so I think the sports club is the best thing. That's what I did when I moved to Brazil. The first thing I did, because my Portuguese wasn't very good, was I got a personal trainer.
Excellent.
So I went to the gym, and like I had to talk to the personal trainer, like, you know, for an hour twice a week. And then after a couple of weeks feeling more comfortable, then I started going to group classes.
And the group classes, in pain, you make friends.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know, when you're sore and you're like, this is so hard, you know, everyone speaks to each other without any faces, do you know?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Sorry, that was one of the dogs. Minnie. That's so funny.
Sorry, guys. The dog took the phone. 1 second. Let me just put it back up here. Okay. Okay, we're back. Winnie the Pooh is also here. Okay, yeah. And then if you're a person that doesn't like sports, well, then don't do sports. No, do things that you like.
Yes.
I remember when I lived in Chile, the first place that I went to was, like, I was really into meditation at the time, and I joined a meditation club. So like any kind of club or things that you like, and you're going to meet like-minded people. Yeah. I think that's really important. Sorry, guys.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so somebody said, I'm studying engineering, production engineering.
Congratulations.
And I will continue long distance for my last 2 years. He's in his third year of 5.
Well done.
Que faltam aqui, tem muito campo, mas é preciso de uma mentoria para se preparar. Ok, acredito que meu amigo Lucas está aqui. Okay, so they're talking between themselves.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
We're fine.
I was like, what? Okay, hold on. They're just saying that they can't see Kira anymore. 1 second.
Hello there. I'm still here. I haven't left.
Okay, so let's see if we can see the both of us now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to move this tiny bit here.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm going to ask 1 or 2 more questions, guys. So if you have questions, this is the moment to ask them. Okie dokie. So let's see. My next question for you, Kira, is, do you have any funny or interesting story about living in Longford?
Yes. An example would be yesterday.
Okay.
So Longford is a small county. Everyone knows everybody. So yesterday, this is just one example. There's thousands of these same examples. But as we walked down our lane to go for a walk with the dogs, we met a farmer, and Jack wanted to say hello. Blahin's son wanted to say hello to the cows. So they went over to say hello to the cows. And the farmer I have never met before. I don't know him. He rents the land a few acres away from me. So he said, Blahin introduced herself. She said she lived in Brazil. She was from
basically I was talking to my son, and he heard my accent, and he was like, who are you? Basically, he asked me. I didn't start talking to the man. I was talking to my son, and then he asked me, who are you?
Yeah.
And he was like, do you live over there? Do you rent a house around here? And I was a bit confused. I was like, no, I live in Brazil. But I'm from Dublin. And then yeah.
So then I said, I live here. I've lived here for nearly 18 years. My name is Kira Sheridan. And he said, Sheridan, are you related to John Sheridan? And I said, yes. John Sheridan is my husband's father. And he said, oh, I know him. I remember him from work many years ago. That's what I love the most about living in the countryside in Longford is, well, I love it.
You always have a connection.
I love it and hate it. Everyone will always find a way to know you. That's the most Irish thing, isn't it?
That's different to Dublin now.
Yeah.
I think in Dublin, like I do talk, again, right, I'm a bit shy, so I don't actually necessarily want to talk to people. But I think in Dublin, you're less likely to have like a random, we've had loads of conversations since we got to Longford of just people like talking to us, having conversations.
This is true. Or even in the shops. When we went to shop yesterday, I said, this is my sister. She lives in Brazil. And the lady in the shop said,
she knew.
Oh, I didn't meet you before, but I met the other sister. She sounds like you. She talks like you. And I said, she lives in Amsterdam. She was like, yes, I remember when she lived here. So it's the great thing about living in Longford is it's a small county. There's a great sense of community that everyone is they look after each other and they want to find a way to be connected.
Yeah, and that's cool because like actually when I came here, which was yesterday, was it yesterday they came?
Actually, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I came here yesterday and I left the house. Like I don't have Wi-Fi because obviously my phone is Brazilian, and I just left the house without asking my sister her address. So I put in the name of her town, but like my sister doesn't live in the town, you know. So I arrived in the town and I was like, okay, how do I get to my sister's house without any internet? And then we just drove around for a minute. And we stopped at a petrol station. I was like, that looks familiar. I think I know that petrol station. And I went in and I was like, sorry, do you know my sister? And they were like, yeah. And then they were able to give me directions to my sister's house. So like that.
Well, not to the house, to the road.
Yeah. Well, that would
like we think she lives there.
yeah. No, they were able to give me like very good directions. I was able to make my way.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite thing about at the very beginning. I found that quite intimidating because everyone wanted to know who you were your people, who were you married to. But now I enjoy that. I quite like it.
Yeah. And I guess that like, I don't know, like you guys can tell me, but I guess that's something interesting for people coming from other countries as well.
Yeah.
Like living in the countryside, you're probably going to be quicker to talk to your neighbors and get to know people. People are curious, you know, they know everybody. Whereas if you live in Dublin, say in a housing estate where there's 500 houses there, or in an apartment block where there's 500 people living in the same place, they don't necessarily know each other.
Although Alana lives in an apartment with like how many houses?
I don't know.
There could be like 200, 300 apartments. And they also create a community. They have the gym, they do events, that they have quizzes. And
but this is in Amsterdam, okay?
This is
not in Ireland.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. That's helpful as well. That's like in a building, like she lives in a huge building and they have a WhatsApp group and things like that.
But maybe there's stuff like that in Ireland, please God.
So Eduardo wants to know if we're both Brazilian.
No, I'm Irish. And she's
Irish. I'm also Irish. Somos irlandeses.
As Irish as they come.
Sim, mas eu acho elogio quando a pessoa me pede se eu sou brasileira, eu acho elogio porque
our accents would be amazing if we were.
Yeah, no, I always take it as a compliment if somebody asks me if I'm from Brazil because
you're Brazilian. Yeah, you're speaking Portuguese is so good though.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. She's telling me my Portuguese is very good, but she doesn't speak.
I don't know. It sounds great. I have friends that live in Portugal and they tell me that Blauhin's Portuguese is brilliant. So I trust that.
Yeah. So speaking of brilliant Portuguese, okay. So let's try and move it on to a situation where you are in Brazil. Okay. So when Kira goes to Brazil, like she's been there before, she's going to go there in December again. She's going to be in a situation where there's going to be moments where she can't communicate.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think is the best solution for somebody that's in a country? Because you've already been there.
Yeah.
In a country. No, actually, this isn't going to work. Okay. No, I'm going to I'm just going to let you know what I was going to ask a question, but it actually doesn't work because my two sisters came to Brazil and it was August, like I said. And I was going to say, like, what do you do when you can't communicate with people? But actually, my sisters made friends with half of the city. We were walking around. I had a tiny baby and we were walking around. Kira was like, hey. And she was like talking to people. Like she knew people's names in Garapaba that I didn't know. I had been living in Garapaba for years at that stage. And like my two sisters that were there for like 4 days.
I told you I make friends.
Yeah, knew more people than I knew in the entire city in those few days. Yeah. But I think that what helped you there was the beer.
No, I don't think that. I think Google Translate for a moment. A lot of people that we spoke to had some English or they could speak Spanish, and Alana speaks good Spanish. So therefore, Alana could either speak to them in Spanish or we could use Google Translate. And then once we had ChatGPT now is even better. But once we had those, we could get by. Yeah. But if I wish now, like even my daughter and my son and myself and my husband, with Jack being here, Jack Blauhin's son, speaking so much Portuguese, I don't speak Portuguese. So I'm frustrated. So I need to learn some Portuguese so that we can communicate better. So again, if I go to Brazil by December, I'll be able to speak some words.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, my mom was doing Duolingo Portuguese the other day, and Jack, my son, was helping her with the answers, which was really funny. So somebody said here that my English got much better with my Irish friend in school. When I go to the pub and there are lots of Irish people, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Well, in Ireland, I think the best place to socialize is the pub. A lot of things happen in the pub.
You don't like if you live in Dublin and some of the bigger counties like Cork and Galway and Limerick, they have nights that it mightn't be about alcohol. It could be
Yeah.
like, a karaoke night, or, again, as I said, like a quiz. So you don't have to be drinking alcohol. You can just practice your English.
Yeah, and I think the pub culture has changed a little bit in Ireland. Like, I moved out of Ireland 10 years ago. When I left Ireland, pubs were pubs, and you went there to drink pints, and had like that smell of alcohol. And but now a lot of the pubs that I knew or I went to when I was younger, I now see that they have like a daytime situation happening as well.
Like
coffees and
food.
Snacks and cakes and things like that. So I really like that movement towards the daytime, because I'm a person that goes to bed at 9 o'clock at night, So like,
I do not.
Pub for me is like, it's just something that I don't enjoy at all. So this guy says, I want to go out with an Irish person. Okay, so what would you
date an Irish girl?
Yeah. So let's say, what tips would you give for dating Irish women and dating Irish men?
Okay, I'm not great here because I'm dating my husband since I was 16. So I'm not fantastic. But I would assume the best way to date, and compliments are not a good thing.
Yeah, Irish people
Irish people do
eu vou traduzir isso porque isso é importante, tá? Os irlandeses não vão confiar elogios. Você é muito linda, a gente desconfia.
To a degree, we like tiny amounts.
Yeah,
like
micro doses of compliments.
Exactly. You look pretty. If you are extremely extreme and say, I love how you look, and you're beautiful, and your body is beautiful, and I love your clothes, and like, that's too much for an Irish person. We can't cope. Yeah, we're like, stop telling me things that are nice.
Yeah. We're not good at receiving.
It doesn't work.
Compliments.
So compliments, no.
Somebody's already sent their WhatsApp. We're not going to call you.
No, thanks. I do think the best way to meet Irish men and Irish women, it's probably not in a pub, because a scenario of a pub is that you're with your friends and you're drinking, and unless you're going to just meet somebody for one night, it most likely won't be a long-term relationship. So again, the same scenario of making friends applies. Go to the gym. Make friends in the gym. Talk to girls in the gym nicely, not inappropriately. Meet
No, I wouldn't. Now, guys, I would not be happy if somebody tried to date me or ask for my number in the gym.
Really?
No.
But I mean, like, you can talk between sets. Could you talk to people?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, I don't know.
You talk to the wall, like I said, but I would not talk to somebody.
I don't know. I'm the worst person to ask because I'm basically an old married woman. So
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not a great.
But I'll give you some tips, okay? Yeah. So like, I've lived in various countries, okay? So somebody said to me that you speak clearer than I do. I told you this would happen. So because Ciara lives between two counties, I think her accent became clearer, whereas my accent is very Dublin and I do speak very fast.
But I think it's also because it's not that I live in Longford. It's because I work in every county.
Yeah.
I have to be able to
knock over the camera again.
Minnie?
No, she's there.
Okay.
Yeah. So one thing that I would say that I noticed in the different countries that I've lived in, I can't really talk about Brazil because like I was married the whole time I was in Brazil, and I never went to nightclubs and things like that. But like when I lived in Spain and Portugal, and I would notice that men would like come up to the table. If you were there with a group of girls, a man would come up and like talk to you. Irish women might not like that. No, we'd be like I feel like that
it's intimidating.
Yeah, you'd need to give them the eye. So I feel like that the girl usually in Ireland will give you the okay to come over, or like not always, but in general, like you're just walking up to a table of girls would not be like you might not be well received.
No, it's not, because normally that's
as a woman walking up to a table of men. I don't know. I think that would. I think they would love that.
They'd love you.
They would love that. Yeah.
They'd be like, brilliant. This girl is fantastic.
Yeah.
She's very confident.
Yeah. But for the men, like if we were chatting and then somebody came up and like introduced themselves or something, I think I'd be like, go away.
Yeah.
Hey, doggy.
There's a
little dog here. Okay. Oh, good. So, yeah. Então, pessoal, eu falo muito rápido. Mesmo em português, eu falo muito rápido. Eu tenho essa tendência de falar muito rápido. Eu sabia que minha irmã ia falar de uma maneira mais clara, porque eu tenho um sotaque bem forte de Dublin, né? Meu sotaque tá lá, assim, tipo, eu não tenho um sotaque mais claro, mas Ciara tem. I don't have a very clear accent. Like I have a very Dublin accent, you know. I think I'd have one of the strongest Dublin accents in the family, like in my family
After
at least.
our dad.
Ok. Então, guys, eu acho que eu vou terminar nossa conversa agora. Guys, I'm gonna close it up. It's 8:45. Nighttime. Ciara has her wine already, I'm gonna say, right? She's already started the party over here. But guys, I want to just take the opportunity to thank my sister Ciara. I know it's not easy to come and do a YouTube live. I know it's really hard, so I really appreciate it, guys. I hope this helped you. Espero que isso ajudou vocês com o seu listening. Isso é muito importante. I can't stress enough the importance of you to consuming the Irish accent. Everybody, all of my students complain that they can't understand the Irish people. And I always ask the same question. Are you watching Irish television? Are you watching Irish films? Are you listening to Irish people? Or are you going home in the evening and watching Hollywood American movies? Because we don't sound like that.
No, listen to the radio.
Listen to the radio.
Well,
like, if you like the radio, listen to what you like. Yeah, exactly. Like, whatever you like doing, an Irish version exists. Oh, you like cooking shows? There are Irish cooking shows. Great if you like ones. Big Brother, there. I don't know if we have that, but we have reality TV, we have the news, we have documentaries, we have everything that you could find in American English. We have it with an Irish accent as well. So I really recommend that you take the time to actually train that, because it's a question of training. The more you listen to the Irish accent, the easier it will be. For my husband, it's easier for him to listen to a Dublin accent than it would be for him to listen to a British accent.
Or to my husband, though. Yeah. Like my husband obviously has a country accent, and so does my father-in-law that's downstairs. So they speak quite fast, and they speak with a sing-song voice. And I can hear Rod being like,
yeah, exactly. Rod is my husband. So Rodrigo would find the Dublin accent much easier than, say, a Longford accent or an accent from England. Some American accents as well. So the accent that you spend time listening to is the accent that's going to be easier for you. Okay, guys? Então, o sotaque que você presta mais atenção vai ser o sotaque mais fácil para vocês. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us.
Bye.
I'm so glad I could introduce you to my fabulous sister. I love her so much. And hopefully we can invite her for other conversations as well in the future.
In Brazil,
yeah. Maybe we can do a live when Ciara comes to Brazil for Christmas. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Então, guys, muito obrigada por estar aqui comigo hoje à noite, comigo e minha irmã. Thank you very much, guys.
Do the one as well.
What is this one?
This is the little heart. Looks like a little heart.
Oh, okay.
So it's this heart and it's a little heart.
This is a little heart. This is news to me. Thank you so much, guys. Good night. God bless. See you later, alligators.
Bye.
Thank you. Let me close it. This one here. Oh, no. Yeah. And then I'm going to hang her up here. Thank you, guys. Good night.